Good morning, everybody. It's Big T on the AT 26, day 120. Day 120. So I had to make a little confession here. I skipped some blacktop. It's about half a mile I skipped to here. So I had the guy drop me off a half mile down the road to where you come out on this Forest Service road. And when I'm starting here, I'm at 1900. And the mosquitoes are bad. I can't stand here long. And I have something to show you. 1900 miles. Yes, 1900. So we're down to less than 300 to go. I'll be in Maine before long. Here we go. I did stay at the Libby Hostel last 2 nights. And it's every morning they made muffins, hot muffins came out of the oven for us. And they pick you up at either at Rattle River or at Pinkham Notch, either one, for free, part of your stay. And I did select that section from Pinkham, was actually from the reroute, where the reroute crosses. It's a long slack, difficult, as I mentioned yesterday. At some point I was thinking, oh goodness, am I gonna ever get done with this? This was a mistake not to split it up in 2 days, but ended up being a good thing. In 23 I did it in 2 days, but I didn't go over the Wildcats yesterday, so made it easier. I don't know if the mileage was any different, it just was a little easier. Here we go. I'm going to Carlo Col Shelter today is where I'm playing. I'm gonna go to Bethel in 3 days. And PTL is supposed to come help me some more. So I'll get to see PTL again in a couple of days. Looking forward to that. But I'm gonna take a knee roll into Bethel, try to keep my videos updated. I didn't have time to do videos this last stop. I was hiked long days to get into the hostel. Well, let me get this road walk over with and start getting up some views. Last day in the whites. I'm in this rock. I came off that mountain. It's down. Lots of wilderness that way. I'm going this way. The wind has picked up a little bit, giving me some relief. But right now I've just been soaked twice. I cooled off a little bit with the wind blowing when I was going down and going through the trees. But that climb I was exposed again and just poking, trying to make the climb. The sun's saying, let's bake that boy, bake him good. And I am, I'm overdone. Bullfrogs. Or frogs anyway. Thought I heard a loon too. I think that is a loon. This is incredible. I haven't seen any trail maintenance on the trail. Oh, I don't know, miles and miles and miles and miles. But they've done really good through here. Cleaned it out. I don't know if this is a reroute part or what, but it sure has been worked on and it looks really good. It's crazy. Happy, happy, happy. That was definitely a reroute. I saw where it came back into the old trail. And now this is what we got. And of course, right before that, I hit my head on going under a tree that had a limb. Somebody broke off the limb to get it out of the way, but of course they didn't break it off enough for a tall person. Cut my head a little bit. Frustrating. But this is definitely the old trail. But it's not anything so far. Nothing I'm having to crawl over or go under. Until now. You throw your poles under and then grab a hold and try to swing under. Oh, yeah, and I'm done. Get my poles up and keep going. That is the Upper Genetian Pond. That's pretty. Beautiful, beautiful pond. You know, I see a moose over there. And look behind me. You see that behind me? You see that? That's the whites. That's right. The whites are behind me now. Another mile marker. Another bridge crossed through the whites. Now only if Maine would build me some bridges on some of these water crossings. I'll take getting through the whites unscathed. I haven't been telling you, but I'm up to 17 falls. I got 17. I got number 17 today, and so far, so I haven't been completely honest with you, but I know it kind of scares everybody when I video it, and I could have videoed today, but didn't. I was laying down. I thought I'd grab my phone and have one leg back behind me, and it's not good on the knees. And I said, no, I'll just tell them at some point. So I'm up to 17 falls. So I had like several in the whites, but never at a place where it was critical. And speaking of falling, I need to put this thing down so I can get through these rocks. This is what I'm looking at. Trail goes along this outlet for the Upper Genetian Pond. I'm gonna stop and cook lunch and get rid of some weight. I am way too heavy. I'm gonna get my stove out and cook lunch here in a little bit at the shelter. It's coming up about 0.6. Genetian Pond shelter. Got a pretty nice view. Well, I made a pretty bad boo-boo, and I'm trying to fix it. Lost my spoon, that is one of my biggest fears, is losing my spoon, and I keep it in the back. I probably shouldn't. The water's boiling. So I just carved one with my little bitty Swiss Army knife, which wasn't easy. So I'm making potatoes for lunch, and I've added Slim Jims to them. I cut up Slim Jims, but then so we'll see how this spoon works out. Working pretty good. Not bad. It's a way to get my food. I couldn't do it with my hands. Climbing Mount Success. Wow. The top's up there. But look at this view. Unbelievable. Wow. Incredible. Just looking back behind me. I'm sure that's the big boy right there, Mount Washington. That sucker is up there. And Prepper's going over today. He had a great day to summit Mount Washington. Way to go, Prepper. Good job, man. Good job. He went over this morning early. He was at Lake of the Clouds last night. When I hiked in 23, I was asked to speak, fortunately, and just blessed to be able to speak to some people about my hike. And I talked about Mount Success. I talked about these bogs, and about how we get stuck in the bogs sometimes in our lives. I fell crossing one of these bogs going up to the top and got just covered in mud and nasty muck. And I think at that time I hollered out, "I've had enough, God. I'm ready to go home." And God said, "I'm not done yet with you. Keep going." I kind of feel that way today. I am wore out. I have no stamina anymore. I've lost the stamina that I used to have to climb mountains. And really, okay, that was not the right way. Let's see where we went wrong. There's a little cairn right there. It's going this way. But I don't know what's going on. I really probably need rest. Just not getting enough rest. I'm staying tired all the time, not sleeping good. And probably just need a couple of days off. Last time I took 2 days off in the whites and finished strong. I'm gonna take a Nero day after tomorrow. There's one of those bogs I was talking about where I fell. It's murky. Of course, it's been raining, a lot more rain. And these things the water was up to the top of these boards or under the water. And I went in and it was a mess. All right, let me keep going. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get all in the mud today. All right, this is it. There's mud on the board. Somebody or something did the same thing I did. This is deep, deep right here. And it looks like they've replaced the boards since 23, which was really nice. Of course, these haven't been replaced. Well, I sure slipped off and went in that mess. It was ugly. You don't just sink a little in that either. And you can imagine it's been raining for weeks up here at that point. And there's the top. Now, success. There's a little taste of what's coming tomorrow in the Mahoosic Notch. There's ice still in that hole. Oh, I gotta climb up there. This is pretty. Very pretty. I passed about 15 day hikers that think they're going to Gorham. I'm a little bit concerned that there's going to be rescues on the trail tonight. Oh, they put in new stairs. Look at this. That's pretty nice. Huh. Can't they do this everywhere? They're foreigners, Indians, and I'm really concerned. I passed the first one on the way up to Mount Success Morning Water and asking me how far the water was. And then I've been passing a steady stream, women, men, all with day packs on. And I finally asked him, I said, where are y'all going? And he said, Gorham. I said, oh, no. I said, no, you're not. You got 15 miles to Gorham. You're not going to make it in the daylight. Yeah, okay, thank you. I'm afraid there's going to be some people calling for rescue tonight. Have I mentioned how blessed I am and how good it is to be on this trail again and how lucky I know I am? Sorry, they're gonna wear me out. But look where I am. I made it. I'm in the 14th state. Thank you, Lord. I'm blessed. I'm on Carlo Col. Ooh, it's some windy up here. That feels good. Carlo Col. I gotta climb down this stuff to get to the shelter. It's right below me somewhere. Looking forward to stopping for the day. The bugs have gotten horrendous. Somebody took the Mississippi Delta mosquitoes and brought them up here. I don't know what happened to them, that they got here somehow. I don't know how they got here. They are everywhere. I forgot about the welcome to Maine that you had to climb down. Oh man, the gnats, the black flies, and the mosquitoes, they're just going crazy right now. Whew. Sorry, I can't film this. All right, 17 miles today. I have 68:45 on my Garmin is the ascent. It's a big day. 44:26 is the descent. I don't know if anybody's gonna be at the shelter or what. After passing all those people, I'm wondering if there's more holding up here. I sure do hope these black flies and mosquitoes get better. It's 0.3 off the trail down here to the shelter. And let's pray there's water. I'm in trouble if there's not. I don't know what I'm gonna do if there's not water. I have a little bit that I haven't drank. I need water to cook. I need to really just camel up in the morning too. The last report was from 25. I will leave a far out message about the water. I'm not gonna leave everybody hanging, coming behind me. All right, let's get down here to the shelter. Check those bones out. I guess that's a moose bone. It's a big old bone. I'm gonna try to set my tent up on the platform. think I'll sleep better in my tent. It's got hooks all on the sides. I kind of have stakes, and I don't think the little dirt stakes are big enough for my tent. This is definitely big enough. Maybe too big. I may not be able to reach the little hooks. We'll see. I got water, and I got my tent set up on that platform, which was not the easiest thing in the world, but I got it. Just hoping it don't rain because it's not exactly right. I had to tie off the strings, use rock. But it's happening. All right, time to cook me some supper. I'm hungry.